I'm Noah Stokes, and here to say that I can't say enough good things about Betterman and Every Man a Warrior. Betterman is kind of where it starts, and Every Man a Warrior is kind of where the meat is, I guess you could say. Getting together weekly with other men of faith is something you don't want to miss out on. I missed out on that for a good bit of time. You know, Fellowship Bible Church has always had great teaching from the pulpit. Jim Burgess was here when I started, and excellent teacher. Tim, of course, is outstanding. I fill my bulletin every week with notes from his sermon. You know, there's no finer Sunday school teacher than Harold Baker. Of course, there's others, but Harold is the one that I'm familiar with and learned a lot from. You know, and all that's good. I wouldn't have it any other way, but the teaching is so good that you know, you can kind of just sit there every Sunday and soak it in and think, you know, that's enough, and it's not. My personal investment in the Word always felt a little short of those corporate experiences, and you know, as a result, my Bible study kind of was inconsistent, I would say. But Every Man a Warrior flipped a switch for me. It added some depth, added richness to my study. You know, Al Whittinghill, a name a lot of y'all are familiar with, said many years ago at this church, you know, if you want to tune your heart to God's heart, to discover His purpose for your life, the Bible is very clear. There's three things to do. One is study the Word, two is pray, and three is fellowship. So you must abide, you must consume, you must meditate, memorize His Word. I heard this recently say that the Bible is the only book where the more you study it, the more it studies you. I like that. Whittinghill said it like this in reference to studying God's Word. He said, you know, as you start to see God in His light, you have light. Pray, that's number two. Hold your heart up next to His. Seek His face. Boy, what a privilege that is. And then number three, fellowship. And Al said it like this: you need the adjustment of godly saints, and here's the key, they need you. That's something you don't want to miss. So Every Man a Warrior has all that. You know, there's a forced discipline to it, you know, which is good for a lot of us. It was good for me to know that there were some guys to be accountable to every week, to do my work and meet with them on a weekly basis. But the quiet time format is probably my favorite, and favorite because it accelerated my learning, it added to the excitement of my study, and it's very simple. I mean, you pick a verse and you ask it questions. Things like, is there a commandment to obey? Is there a promise here to claim? A sin to avoid? Who, what, when, where, and why, to gain context if you need that. But my two favorite ways of studying that I kind of got out of the program was, one is emphasize different words. Reading the verse and kind of stopping on that one verse, staying there, hanging with it, and there's just a lot of fun discovery in doing it that way. Rewrite it in your own words. And at first I was like, is that allowed? I mean, can you really do that? But then I saw it as a challenge that you know, obviously it's meant for you know, to kind of see, do you really understand what you're reading here? All of a sudden that kind of aspect of rewriting it is challenging, and it's a fun challenge, because I was thinking, you know, can I make this funny? Can I make it rhyme? Can I add a clever metaphor in here? Just some little creative way, you know, to rewrite what I'm reading, and that added a lot to my study. And so I could go on. It's really great stuff. There's not a man here that wouldn't benefit from the experience. And I'll end with this. 2 Peter 1:5, for this reason, and it's referring to what was done for you through Christ. For this reason, make every effort to add to your faith. And to me, Every Man a Warrior is one of those efforts that you need to make.